James Baldwin told us that it's easier for people to cry than it is for them to change. 2 years on from this, what has happened with that examination of social justice and the conversations about police reform? Where are we at right now in regards to this? And for both of you, what do you want readers to take from this book?
I'll start. People did cry, and there was this outcry nationally and internationally after Floyd's death. And I don't want to downplay the importance of that. I mean, we had an election that happened a few months later. We had multiple changes at the local level. Different police departments were overhauled. Things happened in the corporate and cultural world, and systemic racism became a word and a theme that people talked about on a more regular basis. And that does mean something. There is change that is taking place on a minor level on a number of different fronts. But when it comes to the kind of broad, sweeping legislative change that people thought might happen after George Floyd died, the kind of civil rights bill that might happen to change and reform policing or change and reform systemic racism on a broader level, we saw that just get swallowed by our political system, which tends to grind complex and nuanced issues to a halt. And that's what happened with policing reform. That's what happened with a number of different measures on a national level. And I think one of the things we want people to take from the book is that, this is a country that has a long and proud history of progress, and sometimes that progress happens in fits and starts. And one of the most important parts of making progress is, being educated and dealing with issues that involve nuance and complexities on the level. And sometimes that is difficult in our political environment. But we hope that people from all different political stripes will read this book and re-examine some of the views that we have about where this country is and what it's like for someone like George Floyd, and how we might be able to change it in ways so that Floyd does not, start off his journey years before he meets Derek Chauvin in such a precarious way. And if maybe that happens, maybe he's on a pathway in which he never encounters Derek Chauvin, and we never have this kind of outcry again.